Today, we've got something really fun behind me. This is a Savage Axis 2 in 6mm arc. Today, we are going to start out with sighting it in. I just got the scope mounted up. I got a suppressor on here. This is a pretty inexpensive setup today. What I wanted to do with this whole thing is create something out of nothing. This is a really inexpensive rifle. I think I bought this for like around 400, 500 bucks. But what the purpose of this is for us to find a really cool deer rifle that we develop out of nothing. We're gonna do low development for this. We're gonna do the whole 9. So let me grab the rounds we're gonna be shooting today and let's talk about them. All right, so first ones out of the box are gonna be the Hornady 103 grain ELD-X. They are sort of the standard when it comes to like really nice hunting ammo. Now, whether they work for you or not, I think people generally tend to look at these as good rounds. That's just gonna be our starting point. The reason this is our starting point is the 103 is what we're going to do low development for this rifle on. First shot here is just going to be at that middle bullseye just to make sure we're on paper. That was 2673 out of that one. Oh, I see it. It is way low and way right. All right, that one is also way low and way right. So let's go left. So right off the rip as we're shooting these, one thing to note about them is we are already at a 32.8 standard deviation, which I just don't like. 2704 standard deviation of 26.8. We're gonna move up to the upper right target on this one. 23.8 standard deviation. 2712. 2705. Those two shots stacked. That's pretty cool. Okay, that one did not stack. 2714. We lowered our standard deviation to around 19.3. Not totally sure where that one landed. 2694 out of that one. Oh, way low and right. One thing I'm noticing about this stock out of the Savage is it's got a nice little thumb shelf on this side for the lefty. All right, last one out of those. We're really taking our time with these, making sure we got some good squeezes here. All right, honestly, not a terrific group out of those, but that's the 103 ELD-X. That's 11 shots out of this rifle with the 103 ELD-X. We got an 18 standard deviation, average of 2701. So those are flying really fast. Now the box does say out of these they're going to run around 2800, so it is slower than what the box says. But I got to be honest with you, it's not a bad velocity. It's a terrible group. The first rounds I'm going to shoot out of this 6 arc with the remainder of our factory rounds are going to be these 85 grain T-Rex rounds. I'm going to shoot a fun target first because I've got 6 of these. First things first, let's go ahead and shoot this fun target. The odds I regret this are high. I am probably going to regret that. That was incredible. 26-28 out of that one. These are going to be shot out of a 20-inch barrel instead of a 18-inch barrel, which is sort of what's expected from these rounds. 26-75, 26-47, 26-64, 26-58, 2675. I want to, just for purposes of conversation, ding some steel with this. Oh man, 2677 out of that last one. That's 7 rounds. Not super fast, 85 grain round. So let's check the ballistics on that one while we're sitting here. 16.8 standard deviation. I'm going to see the foot-pounds of energy. It's 1300. It's not a lot. Not a lot of energy out of those. Low energy, some might say. These we're going to switch over and do the ELD-VTs. These are 80 grain bullets out of the 6 arc. These are supposed to be fast. The box says that we're going to be getting around 3020, 2922. So these already have more kinetic energy than the other ones we were shooting. 2940. That one also went left. That one ejected just fine. That one fed perfectly too. Butter smooth on the feeding. 2933, standard deviation of 10.8 out of those. We're going to do the steel test on this one too. You're going to hear it, you're not going to see it. Wow, that one seemed to hit with more authority. 2918 on the last one, standard deviation of 11.1 now. These are the HSM tipping point bullets. There's like nothing on the box about these. It doesn't say a speed. It just says 95 grain Hornady SSTs. That one is also way left. 2546. One's also left. 2474. So incredibly inconsistent speeds between those two. 2493 and a half. That's 2507 on that one. The 24.2 standard deviation on that one, an average of 25.08. The loads are going to start with 27 grains of Varget. That's what we have here. And then we're going to shoot 27.2 and 27.4. 2607, we might already be at pressure here. We got a pretty big flow through on that one. So let's shoot this one and just see what happens here. Way left out of that one. Check that. Yeah, we got some primer flow through there. 2659, 2646 there. Can't really tell exactly where all those went. Last one was 2637, average 2637, standard deviation of 16.9. There was not a big issue getting those out of there. I think the bolt was just sticky based on how I was working it. But we do have, in looking at these, we got some primer coming through the bolt on them. So I'm going to put these away. I'm going to test shot this 27.2, because if we start getting some more pressure signs, then we're just going to not shoot these. Let's try this 27.2. That one also went way low and left. 2657. 2676. All right, 2641. That opened up our standard deviation to 12.3. This is 27.4 of Varget here. 2686. 2704. We crossed this 2700 threshold. 2690. 2693. That bolt just got tight. 2692. Standard deviation of 5.9. So things look really good from a speed perspective with this Varget. The reason we're doing this test with this 6-arc bolt action rifle is we want to see if we can get this to a point where it is doing things above and beyond what the 6-arc AR is scheduled to do. And it is. I mean, we're pushing very fast. Our kinetic energy is 1,659. So we'll run some tables. We'll just see where that puts our downrange foot-pounds of energy. But we're definitely on the verge of pressure. I don't know if I can push these with Varget anymore. Well, y'all, thanks for watching through another video. I've got some targets behind me, so let's talk through targets, ballistics, and efficacy of 6-arc in a bolt action compared to a AR platform rifle. All right, y'all, so you didn't really get a great view on the target for the Hornady 103 grain ELD-X, that factory round. So let me show you the cider target that we shot at, which is this one right here. And you can see this shot here in the middle. That was the one that we actually confirmed zero with. These two down here at the bottom were the first two that we shot. And then these three up here were the group that we shot out of them. So they're around an inch, maybe like a little bit less than an inch on both of those. So along the top here are our hand loads. You can see them there. I'm going to read them off to you here in a second. But we shot 27, 27.2, and then at the end 27.4 on the Varget. We did get some primer through the bolt face on those, and what I think that is I was using those CCI primers up there. CCI are sort of notorious for being soft, so we're gonna retest those loads with the Federal primers that you see right behind me, some of those small rifle primers. We're going to give them a shot and just see what turns out of them. And we might even test some Winchester because I think I've got some small rifle up there somewhere. I also like the idea of a stick powder in a bolt action rifle in a longer barrel. We've got a 20-inch barrel, so that's going to give it some more time to burn that powder. So know that we've got some more testing there. Next, we shot the factory ELD-X. We got those at a 1.53 inch group right here. So just sort of matching up what we were seeing from the other ones. We shot an 85 T-Rex. That group was not great, so they were around 2.136 inches. We shot the 80 grain varmint target. That's the ELD-VT, and that one had a pretty wide group as well, at about 2.18 inches, and then 2.1 inches out of that 95 grain SST in the HSM. Not bad. We've kind of got it circling, but we've got a big horizontal spread here across all of these really. So this barrel is still new. There's a lot more that needs to be done with this rifle in terms of breaking it in and really getting the barrel to speed up. So the velocities that we got today might actually be a little bit misleading and they might be on the low side. So let's talk about the efficacy of 6-arc in a bolt action gun. So what I did is I ran that same ballistic calculator that you saw in the last video for the 6-arc. And what I really wanted to determine was how effective is this little bullet going out to 500 yards. And I'm going to pop that up on screen somewhere so you should be able to see it. And you can see there, we actually get some pretty good ballistics out of this all the way out to about 450 yards. So here's the thing, 6-arc is not for everybody. but it is a fun cartridge that you can experiment with in a bolt action that I think brings a lot of benefits to shooters who may be recoil sensitive or maybe looking for something that's just fun. I'm a hand loader. I love the ARC family of cartridges. They are super fun to reload. You're not putting a lot of pressure on your bolts and your barrel. And so what you're gaining in barrel life, you're also gaining in recoil and things like that. There is a lot going on here. The groups aren't great. We've got more load development work to do. But when you look at the velocities that we're driving out of the factory ammo here, number one, we don't have the same primer issue on that factory 103 grain ELD-X. So that's something to keep in mind. We can probably push that velocity a little bit more, but we need to look at our powder selection. Maybe we'll move to something like an N140. And we're also going to change our primers there. So that's two things to consider on a test. The third would be, let's work on seating depth a little bit more and see how we can get that bullet to perform. But first, we need to lock in on primer and powder so we can see where we're driving that velocity. There's a lot more work to be done with this 6-ARC. I appreciate you sticking around with it. Know that I've got a really fun project in the works for 6-ARC and another one for the 308, but that's coming at a later time. I appreciate you watching through this whole video. If you have one of the ARC family of cartridges, I'd love to know which one it is and what your thoughts are on it. I don't know, my light just changed there. So again, appreciate you watching through this one. If you haven't already, hit the like button down below. That's how YouTube begins to recommend this type of content to other people. Hit the subscribe button if you like this kind of content and you just want to explore fun calibers that you can hand load and have some fun with. And finally, leave a comment down below. If you're already using one of these ARC cartridges, I would love to hear about it. I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and we'll catch you there.